This lesson is over operation with decimal numbers. When we add and subtract numbers with decimals, we need to make sure that we line up our place values. And one way to do that is to make sure the decimals are also lined up. So 24 and 5/10 plus, since 6 is in the ones place, I put that directly below the 4. 2 is in the hundredths place. 2 is in the tenths place and 5 is in the hundredths place. You can fill in with zeros here. It's not really necessary when you add, but when you subtract it will be necessary, you'll see. So we line up our decimal, line up our place value, and now we're able to add. So 24 and 5/10 plus 6 and 25 hundredths equals 30 and 75 hundredths. Another good tool to use or to keep in mind whenever you do operations with decimals is estimation. 24 you could round to 25. 6 you could either keep it 6 or round to 5. 25 plus 5 is 30, so you know your answer is reasonable. So we have 52 minus 9 and 2/10. So when we write the problem, we need to make sure that we line up our place value. 2 is in the ones place, 9 is in the ones place. We can put a decimal after the 2. And we can't take 2 from nothing. We need to put a 0 here so that we can do some regrouping. Take from the 2. And 10 minus 2 is 8. Bring our decimal straight down. Can't take 9 from 1. Need to regroup. 2 and 4. And so once again we can estimate 52 minus about 10 is 42. So we know our answer is reasonable. Okay, number 3 is multiplication. Here it's not important to line up place values. And before we get started, we can estimate. 3 and 14 hundredths rounds to 3. 2 and 5/10, you can round it to 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So our answer should be close to 9. And we can then just multiply like normal as if the decimal wasn't there. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. When you go to your next digit, it's always important to start with a 0 to fill in that place value. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. We add this. 7 plus 8 is 15. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. And we said our answer should be close to 9. So then we can decide where to put your decimal to make sure that it's close to 9. Well, the closest we can get our answer to 9 would be to put it here. The rule that goes with placement of decimals is if you count how many numbers you have in your problem, how many numbers you have after the decimal in your problem, there's 1, 2, 3. That's how many numbers you should have after your decimal in your answer. So this, the final answer would be 7 and 85 hundredths. The 0 on the end after the decimal doesn't have a value. Alright, so now we have 1,446 divided by 1 and 2/10. So that's really close to 1, so we should get an answer close to 1,446. Let's see. When you divide by a decimal number, you want to move the decimal to make it to a whole number. It's really hard to divide by 1 and 2/10, but we can divide by 12. So the same thing has to happen here. If you move it one space here, it has to also happen here. If there's nothing there, we've got to fill in with a 0. And you can bring your decimal straight up. 12 goes into 14 one time. 2 left over. Bring down the 4. 12 goes into 24 2 times. Bring my 6 down. 12 goes into 6 0 times. Bring my 0 down, and 12 goes into 60 5 times. And so 1,446 divided by 1 2/10 is 1,205. Now if you had a remainder, you would add zeros and drop them down until either it terminates, like you get a remainder of 0, or you see a repeated pattern, and then you can just draw a line over it. Alright, thank you for watching my video.